Hello, welcome to Social Media Marketing course. My name is Saya and I'm going to be your instructor on this course. And on this course, we are going to define what is SMM, what kind of responsibilities this specialist has, what is interesting in this type of profession, what is content plan, how to create an Instagram page, what kind of trends do we have nowadays on Instagram, and how to make it more interesting, livable, and so on. So I'm very happy that you are here, learning something new, learning something interesting, and social media marketing could be your way to working as a freelancer and to make money just sitting at home. So thank you, and I hope you will like this course. See you on lesson and on this course.
Welcome to your first lecture, your first day. Let's talk about your life at our school. At first, you need to register at our courses. If you will have any troubles with registration at platform or with choosing of our courses, you need just to write an email for us or use support at a platform or use Telegram channel or any other contacts at our site. Next, you need to review all materials at our courses, all tasks and all additional materials. But even after finishing of all materials, it will be a start for your real learning, for your real growth, because you need to use interactive part for your questions from real work examples, from real business examples. And please be free to ask any questions and provide any feedback to us, because for us is important your understanding of all materials, and for us is very important that all courses is enough for your growth. Next part, after finishing of courses, for example, if you finish free programs, you may just use name of programs at your CV or at LinkedIn. If you finish paid courses, you may download certificate from Udemy or other platform, or also you may write us and we will provide to you RBS type of diploma. That will be a digital diploma about finishing of your program. Also, if you want paper-based diploma, you also may write us, and with some standard fee for delivery, we will provide a paper-based diploma to you. Also, in case if you will finish paid programs, we are able to provide a student ID for you. And if you will finish also capstone project, we also will provide program record and recommendation letter for you. Please also use all opportunities for your career, for some additional contacts with employers. You may use information about our diplomas at your LinkedIn, at your CV. You may post information about finishing of our programs at LinkedIn, Facebook, and also interactive part and networking is a really important thing for your career. And you may join our alumni and student chat at Telegram. You may post information about you at our alumni page. And also, even after finishing of our courses, please join our channels for following of our news and for usage that information for joining of our new course. We will be happy to see you at our courses.
Hello, welcome to Social Media Marketing course, and I'm glad to see you here. So let's start. So what are we going to talk about? Firstly, about profession itself. What is content and what is content plan? Because these things are the most important things if you want to be to social media marketing specialist. Let's talk about what is social media marketing manager. So the profession of SM manager is gaining more and more popularity nowadays. In the era of the internet, it's no longer just news. The purchase of goods and services goes online, to social medias, and browsing your favorite sites become a daily routine. In this regard, organizations pay special attention to working with the audience and their own brand in the virtual space. So, social media marketing becomes a powerful tool for business growth, the formation and improvement of the image, increasing the level of sales, of course. So, a social media marketing manager is a specialist who promotes business, namely companies, brands, and bloggers in social media, and its tasks include increasing the coverage of the client's page, improving the perceived image of the customer, and communicating with subscribers or the followers, in other words. Managers of social media platforms develop and maintain the presence of the organization in the information field of the virtual world, work daily on creating new content, constantly introducing innovations to generate modern ideas and formats. They also monitor the analytics and performance indicators of the projects that carried out. And the tasks of this specialist are to increase brand awareness, attract customers, advertise in social networks, and in some cases, sell goods and services through the posts on social media. Also, the social media marketing specialist develops a promotion strategy, analyzes the interest of the target audience, identifies competitors, and monitors new trends in the niche. This profession is very dynamic, requires constantly keeping abreast of the posts and improving skills to keep up with the competition. Next one. Next one, let's talk about what kind of skills you should have to become a social media marketing specialist. So, the first one, of course, is the ability to write attractive text, competent speech, knowledge of the possibilities and limitations of social media, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and so on, TikTok nowadays, understanding the specifics of promotion in each of the social networks, experience with web analytics services, for example, Google Analytics, availability of basic competencies for interaction with graphic editors and photo stocks, understanding the general principles of SEO functioning, experience in conducting targeted advertising. But nowadays, actually, here we have another specialist targeters. So some companies require this skill, but some companies have their own target specialist. The career of specialist in working with social networks in the classical view begins with the position of an intern in the SMM department, marketing department of a manufacturing company or advertising agency. After 6 months or a year, for example, there comes a promotion to junior manager. High performance indicators lead to the position of head of internet communications and marketing. And another option is a horizontal change in the career track, the transition to the position of content or PR manager. So you can see you have a lot of chances to become something more and to to become something. For example, a PR manager. It's a good profession actually, and very interesting. So let's move on. What kind of responsibilities you will have if you will become a social media marketing specialist? So the SMM profession involves full management and coordination of the process of promoting the company and its product in social media. Thus, the duties of this specialist include the following tasks. The first one, creation and design of pages in social networks. First of all, the SMM operator selects the most relevant site and registers the official accounts of the company, brand, or specific product on them. Creation and placement of publications. The most daily and routine duty of all that an SMM specialist does is the creation and publication of content, of course. The next one is conducting social media marketing activities. An equally important duty of the SMM manager profession is the preparation and conduct of various social media marketing events. For example, this includes launching viral campaigns, organizing promotions, contests, sweepstakes, and other activities to attract followers. The next one is setting up targeted advertising. A professional social media marketing developer should not only be able to write interesting text, select suitable photos for them, and communicate with bloggers. Another of the essential tasks of this specialist is to set up targeted advertising campaigns in social networks. Next one is analytics, of course. Based on the results of the conducted campaigns, SMM specialists analyze the results and evaluate the effectiveness of their chosen strategy according to various criteria. The next one is, of course, social media marketing budget monitoring. Finally, another important responsibility of a modern specialist is to control the cost of marketing activities in social medias, enough to prepare the promotion strategy and content plan, of course. So the specialist forms a budget and coordinates it with his superiors. And of course, the last one, but not the least one, interaction with the audience. In addition to all of the above, the work of the social media marketing specialist also includes elements of communication with the target audience or the followers. First of all, this includes feedback in the form of responses to messages and comments on the posts. What also we have analysis of the market, audience, and competitors, of course. You should know who is your target audience. You should know what does your segment and followers like. Development of strategy for promotion network, of course. Creation and development of profiles, groups, and social networks. For example, if your company already has an account in Instagram, you should open an account in TikTok because nowadays it's important to have a TikTok account and videos is viral, more viral than photos. Attracting followers, increasing the audience, formation and increase of brand loyalty to the content, monitoring the effectiveness of page promotion, working with brand mentions in social networks, and reputation marketing. So the next one, what kind of pluses and minuses, advantages or disadvantages does this profession has? Firstly, advantages, interest in creative tasks, low threshold of entry into the specialty, communication with different people, constant self-development. And of course, disadvantages and irregular working days possible. So it's possible that you will work 24/7. The next one, working in multitasking mode. For example, you should answer the comments and the questions of your followers on this time. You should for example, you are going to the photo shoot, you're posting some videos and photos, so a lot of things to do in one time. So what is important firstly to know for social media marketing specialist? The first, the vital, the important thing is what is content. So content is the content of pages in social media or social networks. Content is not only the text as we know nowadays, but also graphics, creatives, video materials, and other formats, photos. Of course, it's important to understand for whom and why you are writing or creating a post. Publication types of content help to better understand the audience and analyze their behavior. So now we are going to figure out what kind of content we have. The first one and the most popular one is informational one. So informational content is used to build trust. When you share useful or interesting information, followers understand in what field you or the company are an expert. They get used to trust and contact you when the need arises. Information content tells about the product, its benefit, features, and facts. For example, it could be company news, new technologies, new figures, team updates, new orders and plans. All this helps to build trust in the company, especially if it's presented in lively way so that it's interesting to read. The next one could be industry news. This includes the opinions of market leaders and experts, industry innovations, ratings, and so on. Also, we have reviews, for example, an overview of your products and services, useful sites. It can be the top 3, 5, 6 products, the comparison, a story about some important details for a potential buyer. Also, we have interviews, a special genre, a conversation between two people or third people, usually on a clearly defined topic. In the social media, you can make a series out of the interview. For example, just cut the long video into short ones, and you will have, for example, 5 or 10 posts just from one video, from one interview. The next one could be behind the scenes of the brand. This type of content on a social network may include posts about the product creation process, secrets and tricks of the profession, posts about how and by what criteria you select employees to this company, and of course, facts and figures. The type of content for stories, not just for the feed, so you can duplicate this one. This is not deep analytics, but just interesting facts and figures about the company, for example, or about the industry. The next one are the selling content, selling posts. It's considered optimal when the selling content format is 20 or 30% of all publications. You should remember that because if you're always selling something, it could be annoying for the followers. Selling content types respectively must sell a service or a product. So it's understandable. So what kind of post we could write on this type of content? Posts that are pay-ins. You talk about the customer's problem and show how your product or service will help solve this problem. The next one is social evidence. This is a type of content that shows how your sales are growing, how many people have already used your services or product, how many people have recommended your company to friends, and so on. Post about promotions, sales, and discounts. This one is understandable, I think, and it's easiest post to make. And of course, this category include cases, landing pages, commercial or promotional offers, reviews, selling posts, and so on. The next one is entertaining type of content. With its help, you become closer to your readers, subscribers, which means that you increase their loyalty to the company or to the blogger. The purpose of this type of content is to allow the user to relax, not to think about something, not to buy something, just to relax. So, for example, it could be contests, it could be games, surveys, interesting facts, life hacks, memes, and so on. Everything just to relax your follower. Next one is engaging content. The task of this one is to motivate the follower to start communicating with the company, with the brand, with the blogger, and so on. More often, these types of content are used in social networks to attract attention. The audience actively react with comments, likes, and reposts. So, what kind of posts we could write on this type? Articles on topical or controversial topics, subsequent discussion, opinion articles, question and answer, interactive test, quizzes, animated graphics, online calculator flash mob or challenge, for example. Engaging content helps to create a community, get to know the audience better, find common topics and common ground, for example. The next one is the viral one. So the purpose of viral content is to attract the attention of the audience or to find a new audience by the viral content, as well as experts and opinion leaders targeted traffic to the site. It could be funny pictures, memes, tests, articles with a useful selection, books, popular channels, statistics, and of course videos nowadays. The next one is reputational type of content. Reputational type of content creates a positive image of brand or person. What kind of post we could make on this type? It could be tops and ratings, even local tops and ratings will help highlight the company's achievements and present it in a favorable light. Diplomas, medals, certificates, license, another type of content for stories. You could highlight this one. By showing your successes in stories, you will actively work to build a reputation. Cases. This is also a reputational type of content in social networks because cases show the company's capabilities and form the image of an expert in their field of activity. For example, if you're a customer and you're looking for some specialist in medicine, or if you're looking for some dentist, of course you should know and you want to know what kind of certificates, cases, this specialist has. So this is why it's important to highlight this all of these reputational things. The next one, and I think it's my favorite one, user generated. This is the type of content that is created by the company's clients or followers in social media. As a rule, such content doesn't pass through any editorial office, and it could be a review of product or service made by the customer. Such reviews can be screened and posted in stories and in the feed, like just look, this is our customer using our product or service, and he's happy with that. The next one could be answered to followers' questions. An excellent content format for social networks, directly responding to the requests and expectations of the audience. And the main thing is to fix incoming questions somewhere so that you can then add the answer post to the content plan. And of course, photos of followers and clients with your product or while taking the service. You can make the most of the content by publishing successful photos sent by followers in separate posts. So it could be in your content plan, these photos or videos could be just the next level, and it should be another post. You shouldn't mix it with another type of post. For example, once in a week, you just post the photos and the videos with your customers, and this would be very helpful for your content plan and for the reputation, for the image of the brand and the company. The next important thing that we are going to talk about is content plan, because this one thing it what it, you rely on it. So a content plan is a convenient tool for planning publications in social media, on a website or external resources which are prepared in advance for a certain period of time. For example, for a week or month, or I think the easiest and the most convenient time period is a month. So, what kind of tasks content plan has? The correct distribution of content categories, the ratio of cognitive, selling, entertaining, and engaging posts. Publication formats, you should write what kind of format it would be. It would be a picture, photo, or video, or article, or for example, broadcast, and so on. The next one, it helps you to save time. You always know what to publish in what format and can prepare everything in advance. Also, regularity develops the habit of publishing content constantly. It's important to remind the audience about yourself, about the company, and maintain interest in the product or service. And of course, maximum audience coverage. Most often, it's difficult to cover the entire audience with one content unit at once. Therefore, the topics should be thought out for each segment separately and logically line them up in one line. And also, some criteria for content plan: distribution of content by topic, compliance with the audience avatar, proceed from what is interesting to your target audience, pursuit of business objectives. Each post and series of publications should serve a single purpose, whether it's selling, warming up, launching a new product, entertaining, or something another. So it shouldn't be, for example, two types of content in one post. One post means one type of content. And of course, the question how to make a content plan. The first one, of course, analyze competitor social networks. This will help to define which content is interesting to the target audience and which comes in not very much, and conduct your social networks more effectively. You can find competitors using Google, for example, media ratings, catalogs, other options, internal search for social networks. For example, you could write on Instagram cosmetics or nail master, and you will have another accounts, a lot of accounts, and you just look through it. The next one is find out who your audience is. Analyze the social demographic and geographical characteristics of the audience. Study the communities that customers subscribe to in the selected social network. This way, you will understand what is in the circle of interest of the audience, what topic and formats it can be attracted to. You also need to pay attention to the time and day of publication of content in your niche. For example, food delivery. Food delivery services have peak sales on Friday and Saturday, so and on this day they have posts. The next one is make a list of topics that are interesting to define which content can positively influence the audience's life, solve problems, or just make everyday life more fun and interesting. At the same time, work for the marketing goals of the business, recognition, and the sales, of course. And the next one is choose a space for maintaining a content plan more often. Google Tables are used for this. A simple and a budget option you can start with. And of course, fill out the content plan, start, launch it. So we have two type of formats of content plan: expanded one and the short one. Here you can see the higher is the expanded one. It's suitable for large projects where several people work on one publication and different media materials are used to create it. In addition to the date and topics, such a content plan usually prescribes the format of the post: useful, entertaining, selling, the essence of the publication, thesis, what the material is about, links to the media materials that make up the publication, and you can also specify tasks and those responsible for them in this table. Although it's more convenient to do this in task schedules like Trello, for example, you can download this app. It's very convenient. It's very comfortable to use. So you see the example date from 1st of May to the 8th of May, for example, the format selling on the 1st of May, engaging on the 2nd of May, the topic, the first one, sales, to talk about the sales, launch sales, essence of post, use AIDA, text form, and tell about the sale, and of course, link. If you have an example, you should write the link. The next one, the lower one, is the abbreviated. It's suitable for small projects and specialists who are well versed in the features of a particular social media. Such a content plan is more like a calendar and is needed mainly to understand when to publish which post. For example, if you're the only one specialist and you're in one phase, in one person, you're also a targeter, also a photographer, a videographer, and a copywriter. So you could use this abbreviated, the short one. And the task, so make a content plan of a furniture store for Instagram. That was all for today, and thank you for your attention. Hello, welcome to social media marketing course, and let's start our lesson. So today we are going to talk about marketing analysis in social media marketing. So firstly, as a successful business always clearly knows who it works for. So marketing research in social media helps businesses understand what potential customers need and what they expect from the product or service. Are they ready to buy your brilliant brainchild? Suddenly, there is an analog that successfully covers all the needs of users. Is it better and cheaper? So, internet marketers collect quantitative and qualitative data in social media, and you can study these or other indicators separately, but they work best together. So, quantitative data are bare facts, something that can be measured in numbers. They are structured, statistically processed, and help to draw general conclusions from the study. For example, it could be likes, reposts, comments, brand mentions, new subscribers, reach, and other indicators. The next one is qualitative data. They are details that help answer the question, why such numbers? Why do we have these numbers? These data are aimed at in-depth analysis of the topic in order to better understand the motivation, views, and attitudes of people to the issue you are researching. So qualitative data can't be measured, but they help narrow down the right questions by understanding the consumer's problems, why is important to them, and why. Usually, this data is collected daily by social media marketing analysts who lead the brand community. For example, the company found 1,000 brand mentions. This is quantitative data. It's good to talk about a brand, isn't it? But qualitative data show that 80% of mentions are negative and something needs to be done about it. So, this is why quantitative and qualitative data works better together. So, how to explore this data in social media marketing? So, marketing research in social networks will help to get real responses and find out the real conditions under which the product will be in demand. So, in addition, explore social media. It will help to understand how the audience perceives the brand and find out what is worth improving, understand what is happening in the market of new products or services, compare your brand's social media presence with competitors, attract a new audience as trends will be clear and what is being discussed in your niche. The next one is defining the ultimate goal of the campaign, of marketing campaign. So the study of consumers' opinions about brands or products has long been one of the main directions of marketing research on the network. So define the ultimate goal, you need to clearly understand why your business needs information. Describe the problem that needs to be solved with the help of marketing research. For example, research the product before launch, it will save a lot of time on alterations. Launch the product, it will help you to choose the right site to launch. To study the behavioral characteristics of the target audience, and it will help to make an offer that is difficult to refuse. Improve the service. It will help to correct the situation when there are no regular customers and create the portrait of the client. Understand who is most interested in your product or service. So the next one is setting goals and objectives of marketing research. So every campaign should have a clear goal. For example, answer the questions. Do you want to conduct a marketing study of the brand, product, consumer behavior, consumer opinions, quality of service? Do you need qualitative or quantitative data? What will you measure to get an answer? And what channels in social networks will you use to get data? For example, what social media? It could be Instagram, it could be Facebook, or it could be Twitter. It depends on where your target audience is situated and based. So the next one, as we said before, is choose a social network for marketing research. So different social networks have different demographics, behavioral norms, content format, and statistical collection tools. So age isn't the only criterion of choice, and this is an approximate parameter. You should study the target audience well before selecting a platform. The choice of channel depends entirely on your goals and strategy, and the right choice is very important in marketing research. As we know, for example, in Facebook, there are a lot of grown ups, a lot of very serious people, but in Instagram is more for 20, 25 years old people. And for example, Twitter has different, absolutely different target audience. So the next one is analysis of competitors. So what data can be obtained from competitors? What you can take from your competitors? Which social networks they use and which social networks give them traffic? Based on this information, you can understand which social media to focus on. To see which content is more effective, develop your own rubricator and content plan. Negative and positive reviews to study the problem areas of competitors are and not repeat mistakes. Timing for posting to understand on what days and hours it's more effective to publish content. And there are several parameters that are important to us when analyzing competitors. It's worth looking at them. Where and how the audience comes from. Targeted Instagram advertisement can be tracked through special tools. Influencer marketing and crops can also be viewed, and it's important to understand how brands lead the audience, which tools they use, and which ones they have abandoned. This will help in the future to understand the approximate pool of traffic sources that you will use. Next one, what formats are used? It's important to understand how the audience is used consuming content in this segment, what is okay for them and what is not okay, and how to rebuild. Look at the visual techniques used by competitors, study tone of voice. It's important not to repeat, it's important to remain unique. The next one is analysis of target audience. So any advertising campaign begins with an analysis of the target audience relative to the site where the ads will be displayed. This is the first and most important stage before launching targeting. So use competitive analysis and target audience search tools that will help you capture the information you have collected. Web analytics systems, web resource analysis services, internal tools of social network monitoring services, and advertising cabinets. Use Facebook Audience Insights. Facebook and Instagram. Here you can see how many audiences you can reach on Facebook and Instagram, what this audience is interested in, which groups it belongs to, and which Facebook groups are as similar as possible to yours. Here you can see some competitive analysis tools. The first is Basuma. It helps to find content that is most often shared in certain topics or on websites. The next one, Hotsuite offers a set of tools for competitive analysis in social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, and so on. Brandwatch allows you to track user communication, analyze data, visualize KPIs, measure ROI, and then mention Lytics is a comprehensive solution for monitoring social networks. Find out everything they say about your brand, competitors, or monitor hashtags. So you can use and write down which is suitable for you. Okay, let's look through some examples of marketing campaign of the brands. The first one is Share a Coke. So Share a Coke is a Coca-Cola launch this campaign where people could personalize Coke bottles with their names and share them on Instagram using the hashtag Share a Coke. This campaign was hugely successful and led to an increase in sales and engagement. The next one is shot on iPhone. Apple launched this campaign to showcase the photography capabilities of its iPhone. They encouraged people to share photos taken with their iPhones using the hashtag. The campaign was hugely successful and helped promote the iPhone as a high quality camera device. The next one is Share the Load. So it's the company called Ariel, laundry detergent brand, launched this campaign to encourage men to share the household chores and promote gender equality. They created a video advertisement that went viral and encouraged people to share it on social media using the hashtag. The campaign received a lot of attention and helped the brand increase its market share. The next one, the famous Ice Bucket Challenge. So the association launched this campaign to raise awareness and funds for ALS. They encouraged people to share videos of themselves pouring a bucket of ice water over their heads and challenge others to do the same, while also making a donation to the ALS Association. The campaign went viral and helped the organization raise millions of dollars for research. And last one is Dove Real Beauty. So Dove launched this campaign to promote body positivity and challenge beauty standards. They featured women of different ages, sizes, and ethnicities in their advertising and encouraged people to share photos of themselves with the hashtag Dove Real Beauty. The campaign was successful and helped the brand attract a loyal following of women who appreciated the brand's commitment to diversity and inclusivity. So at the end, as always, we have a task for you. Make a competitive analysis in the field of baby food and define the types of content of your competitors. So thank you for your attention and see you soon. Hello, welcome to the social media marketing course. Today we are going to talk about how to design an Instagram profile. So let's start. So, firstly, working page header. This is a block under the profile photo, a kind of resume, brief information about you or your business. The cap creates a first impression among potential customers, so it's important to take a serious approach while filling it. Firstly, account name. Here we see the account name is Duo Beauty Lovers. Yes, firstly, your or the company's Instagram nickname should be short and as clear as possible. It's not short, but it's understandable. Like this page is for the ones who love Dior Beauty. Next one is take the company name as a basis. We see the name Dior. Make sure in advance that your name doesn't duplicate the name of a competitor. Don't break the nickname with dots and underscores. Tell about the business in one word. For example, we see it here lovers. Like the people again, the target audience is the ones who love your beauty. The next one, specify the city or country using abbreviations. The next one is avatar or the photo that shows the company or the person who owns this page. The avatar may have a company logo or a picture that evokes associations with the brand. When choosing an image, you should pay attention to some nuances. Firstly, the optimal image size. The next one is the picture should be contrasting, background, social networks white. We see that in this example, the background the background is white, and we see the big brand name Dior, and lower we see beauty lovers. The next one is the avatar should reflect the content of the profile. Images with a uniform background, for example. If there is a text, it should be very large, as we see Dior. And remember about the style and identity. For example, if the company has its brand book, and in the brand book it's given brand's colors, you should use these colors. Or the text fonts. Let's move on. It's a profile name. So it's located under the profile avatar. Here you see Dior Beauty Lovers, and it's registered under your Instagram nickname, account name. When performing the search, here you can tell in detail about the company's field of activity. And also, you can use emojis because users love them, but remember that you can only use 30 characters. For a commercial account, it's better to register the UTP in the name. This will immediately interest the target audience, will allow you to collect data to launch an advertising campaign in social networks. The next one is the About Me section. So, when filling this field, remember who your target audience is and what their needs are. Write down how your product or service will cover the pain of customers, and in the end, you can specify alternative communication methods. It could be WhatsApp, the Facebook, or the email. Working hours, office address. For example, here we see the address, the hashtags, and the text. Welcome to Duo Beauty Lovers, the community page of Duo Beauty Junkies. Share your love by tagging Duo Beauty Lovers to be featured in the hashtag. Also, you see the address and the link. Again, the hashtag. You can also use hashtags when creating the About Me blog. They will help if you have your own categories and you want to simplify navigation through posts. So if you click this hashtag, you see a lot of posts. The next one is address block. As we said before, here you need to place communication methods. It could be links, multi-links, or your physical address. Here we see also altogether a multi-link to the shop, and we see the address. Then, and if you have several promotion channels and you need to track traffic, create a UTM tag to get additional data about leads and purchases. And the addresses. If you have a physical address, if the company has a physical address, then be sure to specify it. Moreover, Instagram allows you to open it immediately in Maps, thus it will be more convenient for the user to get to you. Okay, so it's also important to talk about the buttons. So the business profile provides users with some buttons. One of them is the call to action buttons. They allow users to contact you by phone or mail, buy tickets, order products, or go to other pages. For example, you see the button View Shop. So if the client click this button, he can see the shop and all the products. Also, he can write a message. So it's easier to get to the company. Let's move on. So now we are going to talk about the feed because it's the most important thing in the Instagram account. So choosing a cohesive aesthetic is a crucial aspect of a well-curated Instagram profile. There are two popular approaches to creating a themed feed. The first method involves using color topics, color themes. So by selecting complementary colors, you can create an eye-catching Instagram feed that captivates users' attention. Even if your profile covers a range of subjects, a color theme can help tie everything together seamlessly. The second approach involves using content themes. When users follow content creators, they expect a consistent theme or vibe from the page. For instance, if your Instagram page is about travel, you should make sure that most of your images and videos reflect this topic. Whether your goal is to gain more followers or to make your profile unique and inviting, it's essential to customize your Instagram profile's design element. So, what tasks does competent design solve? Firstly, increase sales of your products and services because in the feed you can show it. Increased conversion to subscriptions. Users subscribe to pages more actively if you have, for example, active, beautiful, aesthetic feed. Increasing the audience trust in the brand, company personality. If you have, for example, an expert Instagram profile, competent page packaging has a positive effect on the image because we see the product, we see how services are going on, and that is why trust in brand is growing. Also, it's important to form a highlights. You see the highlights, these circles. It's Kazakhstan Starbucks. Storage highlights making eternal stories, so it's not 24 hours, but for forever. The main feature is that such stories are not deleted after 24 hours. What you can add to storage highlights: reviews, services and goods, portfolio cases, and of course, price list. So here you can see three examples how to design an Instagram profile. First one is a company, Starbucks. You see the addresses Almaty Shymkent, you see the link, you see the name, you see the category of this business is coffee shop. Also, you see the buttons, message, contact, and you can also order food. The next one is ID. Also, the category is media, news company. You see their bio, order the timeless issue. You see the link, I guess it's multi-link. And you see the buttons, email and message. Also, everywhere you can see the highlights, you can see the feed. It's all about the topics feed, not the colors feed. The next one is I am Fabio Nap. It's a personal account. You see the name under the avatar is Fabio. His bio telling people where to stay, eat, and what to do, so you immediately can know what his profile is about. Also, travel concierge, creative producer, social media marketer, and his founder, and also levenslowhotels.com. You see the link and you see the message button. So, as always, the tasks for you: create an Instagram page for the auto parts store and fill it out. So, thank you for your attention and see you soon. Hello, welcome to Social Media Marketing course. Let's start our lesson. The content of today's lesson consists of UN skill and why it is important to develop it, mood boards and what is it, text, AIDA and for you, and tone of voice. Let's start with viewing. So, what is viewing? Viewing is the accumulated visual experience that allows a person creating content to discard unnecessary frames or ideas right during shooting or drawing or making content. Viewing is necessary for those who work in the creative industry: photography, design, cinema, social media marketing, copywriting, photo shoots, cinema, and so on. Viewing or watching is as much a practical skill as the ability to read, write, or dance, and it can and should be trained. So, why do we need viewing as a social media marketing specialist? Firstly, to be able to distinguish good work from bad. When you often watch good works, you begin to understand how they differ from bad ones. In the future or now, it will help to take a critical look at your work, understand what is wrong, and fix it. The second is generate ideas faster. Ideas, because aren't born out of thin air. Usually, their sudden appearance stimulates something, and this stimulus is a lot of other ideas, images, and sounds that you have already seen or heard somewhere. Accordingly, the more you have seen, the faster you will be able to issue creative solutions. And the third one is understanding trends. The more you follow the developments in your field, the better you understand what is relevant now and what has already gone out of fashion. In the future, you will be able to predict trends and create words that will gain popularity faster and stay relevant longer. Of course, for social media marketer, it's important to know trends and to make some trends. So I recommend you to follow some social media marketing specialists on Instagram to see what they have, what are they doing, and so on. How to develop the viewing skill. Unlike simple content viewing, the development of viewing presupposes consistency and regularity. So, firstly, turn the development of watching or viewing into a habit. The more often you spend time studying useful resources, the more visual experience you accumulate. The next one is, of course, analyzing. While watching, ask yourself questions: what is attractive about this work, about this picture or image? What techniques are used in it? What association it causes? What is good and what could be done better? And so on. The more you understand, the easier it's then to put the learned techniques into practice and even create something of your own. And the next one is creating a mood board. So, a mood board is a collection of materials that inspired you in one place: pictures, inscriptions, words, and so on. The most convenient application for creating mood board is Pinterest. So, it contains pictures with different themes and styles that can be saved and combined into mood boards. What helps to develop this skill? Firstly, social network: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on. The simplest and the most convenient source of inspiration. Subscribe to bloggers, as I said before, photographers, and media that you consider authoritative and whose content inspires you. And the special platforms. The most popular is Pinterest. It has two advantages. Firstly, the ability to create your own collection and algorithms that form a feed based on past activity. For example, if you're looking for some fashion statement, the next session, Pinterest will show you some fashion pictures. The second is Behance. Most designers post their work here, and the main focus is on graphic design. And of course, you have your personal experience. It's important to notice the little things and not lose interest in how the world works. Okay, I mentioned mood board before, so let's talk about mood board. So the mood board has two tasks: to be a source of inspiration for creating new creative works and to develop a lot of vision. So mood boards develop a lot of visibility. For example, in graphic design, a mood board is a collection of images with textures, typography elements, a color palette, and quotes. It's compiled as a preview at the stage of working out the concept. All elements are placed in the form of a collage on one field. The mood board helps to define the style and direction, choose the right one, and cut off the excess. Important question: what can be shown on the mood board? Firstly, color combinations. The right choice of color palette is one that conveys the desired feelings to subscriber, to the follower. When choosing color combinations, one should take into account the nature of the color, its significance, and the cultural traditions of the audience. Again, if the company has a brand book, it's shown and it's written their brand colors. So if you're having one Instagram account, you can use these color combinations as a brand colors. The next one, photos and illustrations. Photos and illustration help to convey the mood and the desired aesthetics. If the project involves taking photos, be sure to include relevant references in the mood board. The next one is clothing and makeup. If you're, for example, having some shooting, photo shooting, and interior and exterior or the filming location, of shooting location. Here you can see the examples of mood boards. The first one is the mood board of interior. The colors, the palette, the, for example, kinds of sofa, kinds of table, lightnings. The next one, you can see the, for example, the lips, the style. It could be something vintage and so on. The next one, you see the last one, you see the colors of blue, the colors of ocean, dresses. It could be, for example, an inspiration for the photo shooting or for an Instagram profile of some fashion house and so on. The next important thing in social media marketing is tone of voice. So, what is tone of voice or TOV? So, tone of voice is the tone that a brand adheres to in communication with its consumer. These are the internal rules of the company's interaction with the audience, uniform for all channels: website, mailing lists, social networks, and even phone calls. They consist of requirements for the style of language, form, and presentation of corporate information. So, tone of voice plays an important role in the marketing and the PR of the company. It allows you to convey values, build up from competitors, and find contact with the audience, speaking with them in the same language. So, an Instagram tone of voice consists of posts, comments, and messages. So, it is how you write them, in which tone you write them. So, how can TOEFL help business solve the following tasks? Firstly, it declare yourself to consumers, declare the business to consumers to be remembered, establish an emotional connection with followers. For example, for some companies, writing and making posts with emojis, it's possible, but for some companies, it's impossible, and it's also the tone of voice. The next one, increasing trust and commitment to the brand and scale sales. Types of tone of voice: emotional, neutral, dry, from emotional to dry. The next one, from open to without details, closed one. From witty to sarcastic. From terminological to simple. From modest to boastful, and from modern to archaic. You can see In the middle, it's neutral. Here you can see example. For example, some company. It's very funny. Also, it's casual, it's irreverent, and it's enthusiastic. Maybe it's some company for young people. Maybe it could be a shopping center or playing center and so on. So, what is important? We mark the boundaries of the brand in communication. Can we be funny or not? To what extent audacious? And Nissan Norman Group came up with framework with four pairs of definitions: funny, serious, official, and conversational, respectful, deviant, enthusiastic, and reserved. Also, what is important? So, how to create a tone of voice. Firstly, you should know your audience. To understand how to speak to your audience, you need to know who you are going to talk to. It's impossible to solve marketing tasks without knowing your target audience. So, what you should know about audience: gender, age, interest, income level, and geography of residence. The next one, choosing the tone of communication. Its types can be absolutely any. Research firm Nielsen Norman Group has created its own list of 37 words describing different tones of voice. Tone of voice can be, for example, caring, conservative, cheerful, formal, passionate, businesslike, witty, romantic, dry, emotional, and so on. And the next one, to make it easier, imagine that the brand is a person and draw his portrait. How old is he? What does he look like? What kind of clothes does he wear? What qualities does it have? And so on. This information is more for copywriters, but social media marketing specialists work with copywriters too. So some of writing techniques you should know. The most popular writing formula is AIDA formula. So it consists of four elements: attention, interest, desire, and action. So A, attention, draw attention to the text. I, interest, tell the reader what will interest him. D, desire, now you need to summon desire. And the last A, action, now tell the reader needs to do to get the product or service. To make it easier to understand, we have some example. For example, let's look at how such scheme work. Firstly, you attract the attention of the target audience with a short phrase or question. Do you want to learn how to write interestingly? The next one, we write the advantages of the offer. In our case, the advantage may be that it's online. The course of copywriting is online. The next one, in the paragraph desire, we denote benefits. What benefits does a person who has learned to write interesting text get? Two benefits. First one is new profession. The next one, skill improvement. And at the end, we write the call to action. Call or write us to take this course, to learn these techniques, and so on. The next popular text technique is For You header. So the title of the For You technique is a structure of four parts that attract attention and tell about the advantages and benefits of the product. So the method helps to focus on the important features of the product and formulate them briefly, as in the methodology of compiling selling offers. And what we have under this For You, firstly is usefulness, the next one uniqueness, third one is ultra specificity and urgency. So the example, usefulness is what you will buy your product or read an article for. You need to understand that people aren't buying a product, but its useful effect. So try on clothes at home before buying. It's all about saving time and effort. The next one, uniqueness. Uniqueness is how your offer differs from the services of competitors. Study the market and your opportunities it's likely that you don't even pay attention to some of the features of your business that are really important to customers. For example, the first month's delivery is free. The next one is ultra specificity. So this one shows the specific details of the offer and for whom it's intended. For mothers on maternity leave, feeding clauses is possible at home. And the last one is urgency. So it's not only the duration of the promotion, it's also the period for which the client will receive the promised benefit. So example, click on the link now and have time to get a 10% discount, the period for which the client will have time to benefit. So urgency helps not only to push the user to a decision, but also makes it clear that your offer is relevant right now, while this link is working. As always, a task. Create a mood board for a blogger's photoshoot with the topic of natural beauty. So, thank you for your attention and see you soon. Hello, welcome to Social Media Marketing course. Today we are going to talk about how to promote the content on Instagram. It's important to mention that an Instagram, in addition to a platform for interacting with friends, has long been an excellent marketplace. The social network helps to increase the target audience, cultivate loyal customers, increase engagement, convert followers into customers, multiply sales, and strengthen brand confidence. Therefore, Instagram promotion is actively used by businesses, bloggers, guides, freelancers, digital companies, and so on. So Instagram actually has two tools, free tools to promote and paid tools to promote. Firstly, we are going to talk about free tools. Firstly is masks for stories. So branded masks contribute well to promotion if it's well done in high quality and so on. The next one is attracting a TikTok audience. Actually, nowadays it's important to have a TikTok account for the businesses too. So high quality content paired with a link to an Instagram account can give a good result. So it could be traffic from TikTok account to an Instagram account. Lead magnets, calls to action into publications are sometimes more effective than you think. The next one is mutual PR. You can cooperate with influencers or other brands. Conducting live broadcasts. This is a good way to increase audience engagement and provide quality feedback. You can have broadcasts into Instagram and also in TikTok. The next one is creating interactive content. Of course, it always should be interactive. Don't limit yourself to photos with descriptions. Publish reels, stories. More interactive means more engagement. The next one is hashtag and geolocation and cross promo. So, promotion through cross promo is a collaboration of two accounts of businesses or bloggers with related topics. The authors make content, for example, conduct some online lesson, a live broadcast, create a creative video in Reels, and Instagram has a co-author tag feature with which the post appears in both accounts. This Instagram account promotion works when each participant already has an audience and preferably about the same number of followers as the collaboration partner. Let's talk about Reels a bit more. So then Instagram actively promote Reels. Instagram marketing has changed due to short videos. Videos are shown primarily to an external audience in recommendations and not to account subscribers. Previously, it was almost impossible to get additional coverage without advertising. The management of the social network also stated that there will be even more recommended content soon. So, how to promote Instagram via Reels? Firstly, of course, publish unique content that hasn't been used on Instagram before, or do it better than you saw it. Start Instagram promotion with an open account, it's very important. Otherwise, only subscribers will see the reels. Use thematic hashtags that work on the videos on the same principle as in posts. Release videos regularly. This is important not to users, but for algorithms that quickly forget inactive authors. But don't bother subscribers. For example, publish no more than 2 videos a day and 3 or 4 a week. And also use music from trends. But it's also important to mention that Reels has some rules. So firstly, don't shoot videos that are too long. The optimal is from 5 to 15 seconds. The next one is to arouse interest in the first seconds by an action involving a phrase. For example, the secret of proper promotion, did you know that, da 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 da, and so on. Add text to the video because sometimes reels are watched without sound. It also simplifies the perception of content. The next one, use call to action in the video. Ask users to read this description, subscribe, leave a comment, and so on. Make covers that show the essence of the video with a brief description. Reels has two options: select a frame from the video or add a separate photo from a gallery. The next one, shoot videos only on the topic of the blog. But firstly, you should experiment. What kind of topic is important and interesting for your audience? And the last one is monitor the quality of the videos. The meaning is more important, but a fuzzy picture and shooting with shaking hands are unlikely to please anyone. So also, sometimes Instagram itself closes this kind of videos. That's all about the free methods. So let's move on to the paid methods of promotion. So paid methods of promotion on Instagram. Paid promotion on Instagram is usually more effective and it's not always expensive. Even with a minimal budget, you can attract a fairly large and interested audience if you approach this issue with knowledge. So, first is targeted advertising. So, targeted advertising is the only official format of promotion in Instagram. So, the target is easy to set up directly from the application. Besides, you can fully manage the budget for promotion. For example, set a daily limit of $5 and run ads for exactly 7 days for a week. As a result, the amount will definitely not exceed $35. The next method is advertising from influencers or bloggers. So promotions to bloggers can give very good and fast results if your target audience and the blogger's target audience are the same. So but here it's important to take into account that advertising from popular bloggers sometimes costs very expensive in the amounts to thousands of dollars. So to begin with, we recommend ordering advertisement from nano and micro bloggers with an audience of up to, for example, 5,000 followers. Firstly, it won't cost fabulous money. Secondly, the followers of such bloggers are often more active and loyal. So, how to use targeted promotion? Nowadays, targeted promotion are used more by targeters. It's another specialist in social media marketing, but you should know how to do it. Firstly, set up an Instagram business account. These will give you access to tools like Instagram Insights in Ads Manager that will help you track the performance of your promotions and reach your target audience effectively. The next one is identify your target audience. Use Instagram's built in analytics tool to understand who your followers are and what their interests and behaviors are. This will help you define your target audience and create content that resonates with them. The next one, Create targeted ads. Use Instagram's Ads Manager to create targeted ads that reach your desired audience based on their location, interest, age, gender, and more. You can also create custom audiences using data like email lists or website traffic to target people who are already familiar with your brand. What is also important to prepare profile before promotion. So it should consist of avatar with a readable logo or photo, the name of the profile that relates to the business, not a simple set of characters, the name of the author or organization in the profile header in a special field. The business direction is also indicated here. Account description, what does the company expert do? Your unique trade offer, what do you talk about? If it's an individual's Instagram blog, a link to a website or other resource that represents your business or project, design highlights with information that answer possible questions from customers, again, price list, reviews, and so on. And also, again, as we said before, switch to a business account, clear the profile of bots and inactive followers, because for social network algorithms, a high percentage of subscribers who don't respond to your publications is a sign of uninteresting content. Such an account isn't given additional coverage. And of course, analyze what the existing audience likes and create thoughtful content. And also, some recommendations how to promote effectively. Firstly, find and study your competitors, as always. See how they maintain their Instagram profile, what advertising tools they use, what their audience is, analyze the level of engagement. Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, and the publication status can be selected in it. You can choose the country in which you want to view competitors, the platform, and the status of the publication. Also, active and inactive promoter posts, as well as advertising. The next one, create a portrait of the target audience. Describe your potential subscribers and customers in as much detail as possible. Find out their age, gender, interests, fears, hobbies, and other characteristics that could be helpful for you. In the next one, create your first promotion campaign and analyze the statistics. Record the results in your plan and think about how you can improve them. The main thing is to make changes gradually to understand exactly what brought the result. And the tasks. Create reels about yourself for your personal page. Thank you for your attention and see you soon. Hello, welcome to Social Media Marketing course. In today's lesson, we are going to talk about what is commercial offer, what is technical task, and what is briefing. So firstly, what is commercial offer? So a commercial offer is an appeal that tells about products or services and offers. The goal is to set up contact with the buyer, show the values and value of the product, then sell. Also, it's the document that, for example, written between the company and the social media marketing specialist. Also, this is a mini presentation of the company's activities, what you are ready to offer customers here and now. Usually, the commercial offer is sent by email or by any available means of communication and assumes further development of communication with the client. The ideal reaction to receiving is an interest in the product, a purchase decision, and the conclusion of contract. Also, commercial offer is not a presentation of one product. Commercial offer usually includes the main categories of goods or services, price list, that is, it tells about all groups of goods and services. To do this, you need a full-fledged advertising campaign, a separate landing page, PR in social networks and other channels, and so on. Also, It's not a text about the company. Don't think that you can copy the page of the site under this name and you will be happy. The date of creation of your company, the number of employees, and even their achievements is a topic for another document, but not for a compromise. And commercial offer is not the PR of your business. One of the common mistakes is to praise the company while completely forgetting about the client. And the golden rule of commercial offer is always write what you have on what you can give. So, why do companies need a commercial offer? And for example, why do social media marketers need a commercial offer? Firstly, to tell potential customers about your business, about your work, and it doesn't matter at all if every dog in the city knows you or everything is detailed on the company's website. There will always be a non resident client or visitor who doesn't have time to read about the company or my works section. The next one is to find new customers. This point echoes the first one. With the help of a competently compiled commercial offer, you can attract both cold customers and warm ones. And of course, to draw attention to the brand, even if the commercial offer doesn't work, that is, the client doesn't buy the product, he can remember the name of the company and then, on occasion, remember it. It's not secret that people trust those brands that they have already heard about more. If you manage to attract attention with a stylish design or bright headlines, consider one of the commercial offer functions exactly fulfilled. And what is the structure of commercial offer? First the title. So the title should interest the client, of course. Then you have offer. This is the essence of commercial offer, your unique trading offer. For example, what you can give and what you can offer as a social media marketer to the company. Product or service line, tell what you are selling, tell what kind of services you have, what you can do. For example, not only working with Instagram page, but also Facebook, for example, maybe with YouTube and so on. Then your prices, maybe if you have discounts, then advantages of working with you, why the client should contact you, how you can help. The next one is social evidence, guarantees, reviews, warranty service, and so on. Call to action, of course, and your contact. Here we can see an example, for example, title Don't Miss the Opportunity to Buy Your Own Real Estate. What is offer? Hurry up to become the owner of an apartment in a new modern residential complex at a low percent. Product line, you can buy apartments with one, two rooms, or a penthouse on the top floor. Prices or discounts when making a purchase agreement before 25th of May, you get a 5% discount. Advantages of working with you, we have various bank offers, installments, and convenient payment options for our customers. Then evidence, read the reviews of the residents of the house and see our gallery. And call to action, leave a request on the website and the manager will call back and of course contact. Let's move on. Technical task, or in another words, technical specification, is a document in which the requirements for the project are fixed. This is roughly speaking any assignment to the contractor. The main thing is that the characteristic of the desired work result are clearly spelled out in it. This is a brief where the requirements for the tasks that the SMM should do. Often in work, people are too lazy to give a technical task, and because of this, there are overwork, errors, and misunderstandings between the customer and the contractor. Therefore, remember, effective work is the result of the joint work of the social media marketer and the customer. It's impossible to do without a complete and correct technical tasks for the for the work, text, content, and so on. So, firstly, when you are going to work with your first client, please ask them to give you technical tasks, what they want from you, what is your tasks, how it looks like, and so on. What is the structure? A little checklist. First one is subject. Of course, it should be detailed. The next one is type of content. What type of content the customer want to see in your work? It could be, for example, product cards, long reads, ratings, digest, presentations, email newsletters, and so on. The next one is the purpose of the content, purpose of marketing campaign, or so on. The next one, a language understandable to the target audience and a specific target audience, because the text should be written in a language that is understandable to your audience, to the audience of the company. Next one is compliant with tone of voice. Next one, sources, and of course, deadlines. Sample or example. Subject, technical tasks for an Instagram post. Type and purpose of the content, informational and selling post of new electronic goods with a discount when buying from $1,000. The goal is to increase sales. Target audience, women and men between 25 and 35 years old with average and above average earnings who want to upgrade or buy new appliances in the house. Tone of voice, accessible to the understanding of the buyer, simple and understandable. Additional information, brand names of new equipment are listed in the catalog. Sources, screenshots from competitors' posts are attached at the end of the document. And the terms or deadlines, 7 days, 1 week. The next topic is briefing. So, what is briefing? A briefing is a communication between the customer and the contractor about working on a task or project. The goal is to discuss all the nuances that will help the performer to do a quality job. As a result, a brief questionnaire is filled out with data about the customer, the product, and the task. What include briefing? There should be questions in the briefing below. What kind of company does the customer have? What does he do? What is the audience? Who are or what are competitors? What is the problem? Why did they apply? What is the goal? What do they want to achieve by SMM? What are the features of the company in the product? And are there references to the works they like? For example, again, it could be works of competitors. What kind of questions you can ask to brief a client? So, 10 mandatory questions for a brief to client and SMM. What does the company project or promotion object creation history do? Links to the project's website and social networks, contact details for communication. What are the competitors? What is the company's advantage? Company's target audience, of course. The main problems that the company wants to solve with social media marketing. Experience with other agencies or other specialists which didn't suit, if yes, if it was. How much does the company want to spend on social media marketing per month to pay for the work of a specialist and additional expenses, creating layouts, masks, making paid subscriptions to services, buying advertisement, and so on? How long does the company want to cooperate? When does the company need to start? What is the structure? So, the structure, firstly, there are three ways to issue questions for a brief to a client. Firstly, is Google Forms, a Word document. Ideally, personalize it, add your contact details and the logo if available. Then let's figure out which structure, which headings you have to write in your document. Firstly, brief header. Here we collect basic information, the name of the company and its contacts, the budget for social media marketing, the desired terms of service provision, and the contact person from the client side. The next one is details about the company. So the customer tells what the company does, what its products or services and their market value. This will help the specialist to understand the niche and specifics of promotion in social networks in this niche. If the customer already has pages in social networks, he indicates their addresses, the links, and this will help the contractor understand how social media marketing was previously conducted and whether it was conducted at all. The next one, of course, is target audience. Here, what's important to do? Describe the target audience. Segment the target audience and make the most detailed portrait of each segment. The gender and age of consumers, where they live, what they are interested in, and how much they earn. Describe the USP of the product, how the customer's product is useful to his target audience, how the product can help the consumer, and what problems solve. The more precisely the answers to these questions are formulated, the easier it will be to create an effective social media marketing strategy. The next one, of course, is competitors. The customer names competitors, gives links to their website and social networks, tells what they are strong in and what they are sagging in, how they position themselves, and how they radically differ from other companies. Also, this section is needed in order to make the right promotion strategy and competently build up from competitors. Adopt the best and immediately discard obviously non working ways of promotion. And also, here the customer talks in as much detail as possible about the task so that the contractor gets a full idea of what he has to work with, understands the amount of work, and can calculate the cost and deadlines. Here's what you need to prescribe. What kind of social media marketing work is needed? It's one thing if the customer needs a simple management and moderation of the group or of the account, and quite another a comprehensive SMM promotion with ads campaigns, hypothesis testing, sales support, branding, and so on. Whether SMM promotion was conducted earlier, the contractor will define something by looking at the client's accounts. But this is not enough for full analytics. We need figures on KPIs and budget from the customer. The main objectives of social media marketing. Without understanding the goals of the customer, the specialist won't be able to effectively promote his project. The main KPIs. The contractor needs to know which metrics to focus on in order to assess the possibility of their implementation. Sites for placement. We define whether we are advancing in all social networks or narrowing the focus to one or two. And of course, the number of posts per week. The customer prescribes the desired numbers. These are his ideal indicators. After a detailed discussion, it may turn out that the ideal indicators go beyond the budget, then the number may decrease or the budget will increase. So, thank you for this lesson and for your attention, and bye. Hello, welcome to Social Media Marketing course. The content of today's lesson: trends, personal brand, and how to look for clients. Okay, firstly, let's talk about the trends. So, here we have several trends. It's important to know and important to use in your content plan. Firstly, authentic and relatable content. Users are looking for authenticity and relatability on Instagram. This means that posts that showcase real life experiences, emotions, and struggles tend to perform well. Users are also looking for posts that they can relate to and that make them feel connected to others. The second trend is unedited content. So the fashion for authentic content will be relevant in 2023. More and more influencers are abandoning flashy protesting in favor of unedited content. Such photos look sincere and lively. In 2023, the true reality is everything. Creators, brands, celebrities, and ordinary users alike cling to this aesthetic and share bundles of unedited photos and videos in carousel posts or videos. The idea is simple. In raw form, random downloads from your camera roll, highlight of the month, or a more specific event. Next one is visual storytelling. Instagram is a visual platform, and posts that tell a story through images tend to be more engaging. This can include a series of images that tell a narrative, before and after images, or images that show a behind the scenes look at a protest or experience. The next trend, of course, is video content. Video content continues to be a popular trend on Instagram. This includes short form videos like Reels and Stories, as well as longer form videos like IGTV. Videos can be used to showcase products or services, share tutorials, or provide entertainment. The next one is user generated content. This one is content that is created by users rather than brands or influencers. So UGC tend to perform well because it's seen as more authentic and trustworthy. Brands can encourage UGC by asking users to tag them in posts or by hosting contests and giveaways. And of course, interactive content. Interactive content such as polls, quizzes, and question and answer sessions can help to increase engagement on Instagram. Users enjoy being able to participate in a conversation or provide their opinions on a topic. For example, here we have three types of trends. Firstly, you see Selena Gomez. Her first picture on her feed is authentic, unedited content. Also, we have some video reels. We see Costa Coffee. Also, it's a bit interactive content. And we see Starbucks. It's all UGC because it photos in which Starbucks is tagged. So the next trends are Reels, Instagram's newest feature. Reels allows users to create and share short 15-second videos. Many users are using Reels to showcase their creativity, share tutorials, and offer a behind the scenes look at their lives. Then we have influencer marketing. Influencer marketing continues to be a popular trend on Instagram. We also have nostalgia, is a trend that has been popular on Instagram for a while. Users are sharing throwback photos and memories from their childhood, as well as vintage inspired aesthetics and fashion. Also, the important trend is mental health and wellness. Mental health and wellness have become a bigger focus on Instagram in recent years. Many users are sharing their experiences with mental health, offering support and resources, and promoting self care and mindfulness practices. Here you can see the reels. It also about nostalgia, and also it could be a viral. So the next trends are text on video. Another trend of Instagram reels is text over video. So the text can complement the reels and make it more informative. The next one is storytelling via stories. Now storytelling has moved to stories because it's more convenient for both you and the audience. Add the selection to the current one so that subscribers have quick access to your storytelling. The next one is text instead of talking head. So note that text stories are increasingly being used for this format. At first, people posted just videos, then a video with subtitles. Now the trend is going into text without video. Just for example, black or white background and text on it. The next one is more lifestyle. Show your life. Every person has a unique life. If you know how to properly package a lifestyle into a story format, you generate an endless unique series. And the more interesting you do it, the better you engage viewers and the more effectively you attract new ones. Introduce the audience to yourself or to your company. The next one is life and business processes. The era of results is gone. Previously, business pages published finished goods, now the process of packaging, shipping, and so on. And the newest trend is creating closed communities in close friends in stories. So brands should take note of the success of chats with friends or with the warmest clients and customers. So it's easier to share something personal in a more comfortable environment as close friends in stories. So let's talk about the personal brand because for a specialist in SMM it's very important. So, a personal brand is a public image of specialist which he broadcasts to the audience and which is strongly associated with him in the minds of others. So, a personal brand is the sum of experience, image, and ideas of a particular person. So, personal branding refers to the practice of creating a unique and recognizable identity for an individual based on their skills, experiences, and of course, personality. A personal brand is essentially the way in which an individual promotes themselves and their work, and it's an important tool for establishing credibility, building relationships, and achieving success in a chosen field. For a social media marketer, personal branding is especially important because it can help them to establish themselves as experts in their field, build trust with their audience, and attract new clients or customers. Some ways in which social media marketers can develop their personal brand include creating valuable content that showcases their expertise, engaging with their audience, and building relationships, networking with others in the industry, and using social media to share their work and accomplishments. By doing so, they can build a strong personal brand that helps them to achieve their professional goals and stand out in a crowded marketplace. So, how personal brand helps the social media marketer? Firstly, of course, to earn more in the field, a personal brand will help attract new customers, retain and remind existing ones about themselves, and more customer, of course, means higher income. Secondly, to convey some ideas to others. Thirdly, to give a boost to business development. It's often easier to start with a personal brand than with any other strategy. First, not to look for a job. Employers will find a person with a well built personal brand on the same social networks themselves. You can't even have a resume and especially not deal with your portfolio. The next one, to close the objections of potential customers. A person who is inside is trusted more. This is how psychology works. The next one is to find partners for their new projects. There will be a lot more people willing to fit into the human brand project. This means that it will be much easier for a person who has built a personal brand to implement his ideas. Here we have three steps to build a personal brand. Firstly, answer to these basic questions. What can I give people? In what field am I professional? Why do I need a personal brand? What do I want to achieve with it? What image should people present if my name is mentioned? And how am I different from competitors? Or how are different the services that I give? The next one is tone of voice. Before starting to actively build a personal brand, it's important to choose your own tone of voice. Define how you communicate with the audience, use slang or, for example, some terminology. There are no wrong decisions. The main thing is that you maintain the chosen tone and don't confuse your own friends and subscribers with experiments. The last one, decoration of accounts in social networks, how they look. To build a personal brand, it's important to create accounts in social networks so that anyone who accidentally gets on your page understands in 30 seconds who are you, what are you about, why you are cool, and how you can be useful or how you can help. Also, this information will be useful for you to build a personal brand. So, the method of archetypes to be closer to the audience, brands, or experts rely on the method of archetypes. These are images and behavioral programs that appeal to current values and respond to people. Archetypes make the foundation of a personal brand as well as your communication stronger. In addition, when creating a personal brand, archetypes will help you understand your own value, build up from competitors due to proper positioning, form a style, choose unique chips, and define the topics of publications. Archetypes are used in all communication channels, from posts in social networks to the selection of influencers to promote personal accounts. So all archetypes are represented in a person, but one of them is the leader. It depends on the goals and values as well as the emotions and fears of the social media specialist. Depending on the values, we have four kind of archetypes. Firstly, individuality and self-knowledge. The wise, the seeker, and the simple-minded. Stability, ruler, creator, and caring. Affiliation, buffoon, lover, and nice guy. And the last one changes, wizard, rebel, and hero. So you can use this method and start to build your personal brand. And of course, how to look for a job. Firstly, freelance websites. So, small companies that aren't ready to get a full time specialist but need high quality social media marketing usually come to these kind of sites. What is important to know about these websites? There are customers here, you can take orders here, great competition, sometimes you need to pay a commission to the exchange. The next one is thematic communities in social networks. The meaning is the same as that of exchanges, but without a personal account, interface, ratings, and other charms. In fact, the bulletin board is similar to buy, sell, need to do, will do. Job search sites through job sites. Here you can find both offers from social media marketing agencies and companies that are looking for an SMM employee in the state. Here you need post your resume, have a portfolio, respond to suitable vacancies. And of course, paid advertising. Once you have a portfolio, you can start advertising your own services. An ad that appears in a potential client's feed speaks in itself about your competence or by promoting your own services in social networks. That was all, and thank you for your attention.